Well, this is Unit 5D, Part 2. And Question 8 gives us a table which reflects the population by year of various countries, the U.S., Brazil, and India. And we have to graph that. And so here is one option. You may have graphed it this way or some other way. And examples are in the text, by the way, so this is one way to do it. In gray, we have the population of India, and which is quite large. Brazil is sandwiched between the population of the U.S. and India. It continues to grow, and also the population of the U.S. is not growing at the rate the others are, and it's in white. So the multiple bar graph distinguishes the three categories. India's population has been growing at a much higher rate than that of the U.S. or Brazil. So let's go on to 9. In fact, we'll finish these things. And so for question 9, what name is given to a statistical graph where a quantity is represented by a curve and has the same value everywhere along the curve? Well, that's a contour map, and you can see an example of one on page 339. There's another example of one on page 347, which has to do with elevations. The one on 347. Page 339 has to do with temperature changes throughout the country, and you probably see one if you watch the weather on the news. You probably see a contour map every day. For question 10, what name is given to a statistical graph that is embellished with additional artwork? And that's a pictograph, and you can see an example of one of those on page 342. Now for 11, the question is, in which years during the period 1960 to 2000 or 2010 is world population growing at the fastest rate? Well, this is the graph of the annual rate of growth rate. And it's steepest in the interval from 1963 to 64. So the world population is growing fastest in that interval, and that is choice D. Now finally, oh, that was 11, yes, 1964 to 1963. Now finally, for question 12, we're shown a stack plot again, and we've got to use the graph to answer this question. In which year was the total value of Danny's investments least? And notice the values are stacked on top of each other, and the lowest point, this top line indicates the total value of Danny's investments, and the lowest lowest trough occurs at 1991, choice D. And we are done with that.